Welcome, everyone. My name is May, and I am a subscriber and Patreon of Tara's. I found her channeling videos via YouTube recommendations. A little bit about me: I consider myself just a normal human chilling on this earth plane. Ethnically, I am Hmong, which is spelled Hmong, and the spiritual practice I was raised in is shamanism. Today, as mystics without monasteries, it marks the day our individual paths converge. Today's topic will be on telepathy. Before we begin, let me share some context about telepathy from my limited understanding. Telepathy is a connecting force that exists within, but not limited to, the arenas of intuition, emotions, aura, vibrations, the various clairs, and in conversations with others, with ourselves, and the divine. Scientists have identified mirror neurons. Mirror neurons can play a role in helping us understand actions, imitate behaviors, and experience empathy. When these mirror neurons are activated, observing someone else's emotions or physical experience can activate the same brain regions in the observer as in the person directly experiencing it. Linguist David Crystal writes that different languages talk about the world in different ways. Ethnobotanist and mystic Terrence McKenna explains that language is true magic. People run all over the place looking for paranormal abilities, but notice that when I speak, if your internal dictionary matches my internal dictionary, that my thoughts cross through the air as an acoustical pressure wave and are reconstructed inside your cerebral cortex as your thought, your understanding of my words. Telepathy exists. Telepathy is like a thread within a tapestry that can weave us together, like a pathway connecting us to group consciousness. Telepathy unveils how we are part of a grander, larger than we can humanly perceive, community of constellations or light grid. Let us begin.
Okay.
Who is here with us today?
You have spoken with us before. We are beings from Andromeda. You might call us Ixnay, but you can just say we are Andromedan.
What do you hold sacred so that we may understand you?
We believe in the expansion of knowledge and the acquisition of that knowledge, of understanding, of learning from those outside of ourselves and understanding that they are also within ourselves. And as we come to a point in our evolution and we have been contacted before in this manner through this vessel, and we talked about a molting process, and she described it as us looking like many, many diamonds to you, but this is how you are viewed to us. And so in this molting process, we are leaving behind a version of ourselves that no longer exists, but yet exists in all time. And so we are becoming newly reborn, so to speak, in a new era, and it is very exciting.
Elaborate upon the range in which telepathy exists and how it shows up in everyday life, including examples of both conscious and unconscious use.
Yes, so fascination with telepathy, yet all of you possess it, and you unconsciously and consciously enact this ability. And really, perhaps I try not to use the word ability because it is something that is very natural. It is a part of your energy, just like myself. In my realm, we do not quite have physicality, but merely an energetic form. And so if we were to appear to you, it would be more through your understanding of form and something that would make sense to you. So you would view us in a way that would make you feel comfortable. But in reality, we have no form. The same can be said about telepathy. Telepathy has no form. There is no part of the body in your physical body that you could pinpoint and say that, yes, this is where telepathy comes from. It comes from your entire essence, your entire being. And if you look at yourself, the entire human race, as well as every being on your planet, or perhaps every being within this universe or the multi-universe, are interconnected. Even though I am connected here and you are speaking to this being, and also I speak through this vessel, we are connected here. My energy touches your energy, and your energy touches mine. Am I physically in your plane? No. But that is what telepathy is. No need to be in the physical space of another being, but merely connecting to your own energy and setting the intention that I now connect to this being. So whether you're connecting to a pet of yours, an animal, or you're connecting to a tree or connecting to the wind, all is energy, and you place your intention towards that energy. And it's perhaps not with words that you speak in your mind, as I see that you have words written down. It is not like this. For words are what the beings on this plane of existence now try to utilize in order to comprehend energy. If I were to give you a name, you are telling me this name verbally in order to get across your energetic signature. But in reality, your name is a vibration, not a list of letters and words. So the same could also be said for telepathy. It is not words that you place together in your mind, for the words are merely like a hieroglyph, a representation of a vibration. So what you are putting across to another person or another being is merely an image in your mind, perhaps a feeling, perhaps any other way in which you express your five senses that you have on this plane. And know that those five senses are merely just on this plane, as there are all senses, infinite senses outside of this plane. So if I were to speak to you without the use of this vessel, it would not be with words, but for vibration. So you would feel as I feel. Perhaps you would just have a knowing in your mind of what I am trying to tell you or what I am trying to get across to you. It is just a command of your energy, if this makes sense.
Yes. In what ways, if any, has trauma served as an initiation and or invitation in developing increased telepathy? This might include experiences such as near-death events, concussions, complex PTSD, or being born into ancestral lines of marginalized or historically oppressed groups that carry generational trauma. Feel free to answer how you please.
Yes, we do understand the term trauma. Not always something that needs to be quite a large event, but anything that is a significance within that being's personal repertoire of experience. So let's say perhaps we will give an example. Let's say that there is a child that had a difficulty coming into your third dimensional world. Let's talk about, let's say they were born without life at first, and then later came back to what you might say life. But really, they were not lifeless. But that is a different topic. But now this event is within the energetic signature of this being during this incarnation. And it is during that experience where they were able to place their consciousness in a different way, without, let's say, outside of the status quo. Instead of, I am born and then eventually I open my eyes, I am sensing the world, I am feeling my mother, so on and so forth. But now there is an extra event within that, something that does not go so smoothly, so to speak. And so it is in these bumps in the road. Again, it doesn't have to be a large experience, such as difficulty in birth. It could be that the child fell off of their bicycle when they were 5 years old and skinned their knee. It could be something like this. Or perhaps their parent told them to eat everything on their plate before they were allowed to leave their kitchen table. All of these things, when not moved slowly or smoothly, they are these bumps in the road. When you have bumps in the road, your consciousness takes a look. It takes awareness. It says, wait, something is different. Something is not as the smooth road I was going along. Now I'm paying much more attention to how I feel about the people around me. My thoughts change, my vibration changes, my frequency changes, so to speak. And it is in that moment that we are accessing different parts of the self. So, although people, mostly people, will place a significance of positive or negative on a situation. So, if they say the situation was negative, let's say, this does not mean that all beings would see that situation as negative, falling off their bicycle and skinning their knee, or you may not get up from the table until you have finished your food. It is merely just a situation, but it is that situation that has caused you to create more awareness, a different understanding of your reality and who you are in that reality. Whenever you are asked to question yourself or question your situation or the path that you are on or your mission here on this plane of existence, this is accessing more deeply your energetic self. When you access more of your energetic self, then you have more command of that energy and how you wish to push out that energy, meaning beyond the self, towards those around you, while also understanding that they are doing the same with you. So now perhaps you also feel others more deeply. You begin to understand, to see as they see without the use of words. This, you might say, is a connection to telepathy, the unspoken communication that can only, well, perhaps I will not say only, but in this instance, in a third dimensional sense, can only be had when there are little bumps in the road.
How can understanding telepathy or figuring out how to use it help us, in the words of Audre Lorde, redefine ourselves and devise realistic scenarios for altering the present and constructing the future?
I appreciate your line of questions, very succinct and very academic. And perhaps this topic also interests you, or you're interested in the thoughts and ideas of others, and this will help to explain and give answer to your question. So, when we are looking to access more information, more knowledge, more learning, more understanding, much like our group, our species, as it were, when you are hungry for this knowledge, then you are ready for what we might call telepathy, for different avenues of accessing this knowledge. So, for now, many seek knowledge within books. You might seek knowledge within videos or speaking face to face with another human. Perhaps you are learning from your pets and animals around you, or perhaps you have grown a plant and you have this understanding now with this plant. But to access your energy more deeply, to access your telepathy, the communication with other beings, the just inner knowing, you know what they are trying to tell you, you know how they feel, you see as they see, and you are learning together. In this openness, you access more of yourself. If you can feel as another feels, let's say the vessel I speak through can speak to you and understand you more deeply. The more she understands you, the more she understands herself. And it's between the words that you say, not just what is spoken verbally between the two of you, but if she can feel as you feel, think as you do, and see things through your point of view, through accessing your energy and you accessing hers, then there is a deeper level of understanding of yourselves. And if you understand yourself more deeply, well, then you understand the world around you and you realize that the world around you is you.
I have no further questions. Please share any additional insights that could help deepen our understanding of telepathy or anything you wish to share.
Yes. So those of you that love interacting with your animal friends, let's say, or perhaps you are having an affinity for plants and trees, or perhaps your other fellow human being. At those moments, when you can sit with an animal or a friend or a plant and you just know what they need, the plant looks sad, but did the plant tell you verbally that it was sad? No, it was an inner knowing. Why? Because you have connected to its energy. If you yourself are feeling somewhat downtrodden and your animal friend comes over and places its head on your lap, and you know that the animal is trying to make you feel better, have you exchanged physical words with one another? No, but it is the connection of energy. You put out an energy of, I need help. I need a friend right now. The animal understands this language, came over and made you feel better. And you do feel better because you share this connection. The same is said with other human beings and all beings around you. So in essence, you are all practicing a form of telepathy. We are all pushing out our energy and receiving energy at all times. It is this inner knowing, this energetic exchange that you call telepathy. It is not words, and it is not forming always just an image in your mind and placing it into another being. It is, I am giving of my energy, and I am cognizant of the energy I give you so that you might understand me more easily. And also, because I am more cognizant of my energy, I understand when you are placing energy towards me so that we might have a conversation without words.
Thank you.
Ooh. All right. Wow. I love connecting to the Andromedan peoples. They have such a like strong but like soft energy. I don't know, it's like an oxymoron. It's like strongly soft.
I see.
I don't know how to describe it. But what did you think?
I was hoping that whoever you were channeling could answer my questions with like specificity
Mm-hmm.
and like, examples too, so that, various people from all walks of life can kind of connect so that the little seed can be planted in them. But then also uncover through like the channeled messages, kind of like a little roadmap for what's next then if I want to know more. So very, of course, it's Andromeda popping up,
Yeah.
to serve this information to us. So that was great.
Yeah, I truly appreciated the being who came forward. I don't remember all of it, but like the flashes that I do remember, it was like seeing, I don't know, like they were trying to show like how they view things, and it's like if everything is light, it'd be like me, I would just be a ball of light, and like all the trees around me just different balls of light, and all the animals and everything, and it was like showing this like cord of energy that was like connected to everything. So like cords of me like connected to the trees and the animals, and vice versa, like we're all just, and then like with you, and they were trying to show that like when we're trying to communicate with another person, even though the more dense way of doing that is with words, which is they were just saying it's just a vibration. It was like watching that energy like being sent from me to this other being through that like cord, and it was very fascinating.
Wow.
And it was making me think of like within our own bodies, our circulatory system, and like the different like parts of the brain where they're all just like connected, and it was like well, as they say, as within so without, as above so below, like we're all just like representations of like everything outside of us, like what's inside is also outside. So I thought that's some cool imagery.
Well, that's a lot of like new context that really adds to the message, because those are things I'm like, okay, never really thought about it in that way too.
Yeah, it was just like, we're just like going about our day, we're just like walking along, but we're just throwing out like energy cords, it's just like connecting to everyone and everything. And maybe that's why, when let's say we don't hear somebody walk into a room, but we just like know somebody's walked into a room, like we just feel them, So yeah, I thought that was great, and I truly appreciate you helping us out with this particular channeling. I thought that you had some amazing questions. Of course, I'm going to go back and rewatch it so I can remember all of it. But from what I do remember, I think you did a fantastic job, and I thank you so much.
Thank you. And I know to close on our telepathy video, I told Tara I'm gonna read a passage to just help conceptualize, some information too. So I'm reading a passage from the Hermetica, which is a sacred text, and this passage is about the imagination. And I found it through a YouTube recording from Terrence McKenna. So later on, I'll send Tara the link with the videos too, because parts of these, like my introduction, context building of telepathy, was from that video too.
Okay.
So I will just read the passage, and then when I'm done, I'll let you know.
Okay.
If then you do not make yourself equal to God, you cannot apprehend God, for like is known by like. Leap clear of all that is corporeal, and make yourself to a like expanse with that greatness which is beyond all measure. Rise above all time and become eternal, then you will apprehend God. Think that for you too nothing is impossible. Deem that you too are immortal, and that you are able to grasp all things in your thought, to know every craft and science. Find your home in the haunts of every living creature. Make yourself higher than all heights and lower than all depths. Bring together in yourself all opposites of quality, heat and cold, dryness and fluidity. Think that you are everywhere at once, on land, at sea, in heaven. Think that you are not yet begotten, that you are in the womb, that you are young, that you are old, that you have died, that you are in the world beyond the grave. Grasp in your thought all of this at once, all times and places, all substances and qualities and magnitudes together. Then you can apprehend God. But if you shut up your soul in your body and abase yourself and say, I know nothing, I can do nothing, I am afraid of earth and sea, I cannot mount to heaven, I know not what I was, nor what I shall be, then what have you to do with God? For thought alone can see that which is hidden, inasmuch as thought itself is hidden from sight. And if even the thought which is within you is hidden from your sight, how can he, being in himself, be manifested to you through your bodily eyes? But if you have power to see with the eyes of the mind, then, my son, he will manifest himself to you. For the Lord manifests himself ungrudgingly through all the universe, and you can behold God's image with your eyes and lay hold on it with your hands. If you wish to see him, think on the sun, think of the course of the moon, think on the order of the stars. That's it.
That is beautiful, and it I think just pairs so well with the way like I said, the being was showing this like interconnectedness. If we are all one, just literally all different types of light and beings, but yet so interconnected, that we are all things, and all things outside of this realm is no time, so I think that's beautiful, that paired beautifully.
Yeah.
I want to remind people that if you are interested in being a guest interviewer like May and like all of the friends that we've had in these previous videos, then you can email me, Tara@kittensweightsandtarot.com. I will have all of the links down below, plus the links that May has provided for me with the questions that she asked today and the quotes that she had. So definitely go check it out. And I thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody who's been so supportive of this channel and of the channeling series. I have separated the playlist. So those of you that are looking to go back and look at all of the videos that James and I made together with the channeling series, there's like 130 something. I forget, there's a lot of videos, but definitely go check out that playlist. And then I have the guest interviewer playlist, if you guys are interested in that and seeing like the community coming together and asking questions, because we're all from different backgrounds, we have different points of view, we want to know different things, and so I think this is a wonderful chance for all of us to come together and and also empower ourselves, that we all have questions that are valuable, and questions that we need to put out there to the collective consciousness. And it doesn't matter where we think we are in our journey, our questions are valid and they are valuable, like I said. So definitely, if you're interested, like I said, the link is down below. But thank you guys for watching, and keep those suggestions coming, keep those questions coming. And yeah, I will catch you next Monday. So thank you again, May. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.